This man is also a former WAF champion of the world. But maybe more importantly, today is his birthday. Ladies and gentlemen, raise it up and welcome Azat Srapyan. Ladies and gentlemen, let's now welcome his opponent. Making his way into the arena, he hails from and is representing Kazakhstan. This man is the reigning East versus West champion of the world. Raise it up for Danil Ustinov.
Involved in. Everyone there in the United States will be looking closely at not only the talent level, but to kind of show any comparison in whether Hunter could actually one day contend for this featherweight championship. This is going to be some high-intensity arm wrestling. Istanbul, get ready. The first title belt on the line here in the featherweight division. Big shout out, just got a text from Jim DeGangi. Appreciate you buying the East vs. West card here. And what exposure to arm wrestling we could see here one day in the city of Chicago, Illinois, hopefully. But right now, here in Istanbul, Turkey, at the Green Park Hotel, what an arm wrestling event. The #1 card in the history of our great sport, the featherweights. Look at the size of these two 154-pound athletes, and my goodness, Azat wasting no time on what supposedly is supposed to be the bad side of the table. My man jumps out to a super impressive 1-0 lead. What an offensive side pressure explosion here to now maybe wanting to look at some of the finer things when it comes to this competition. Maybe headed to the set grip, trying to manipulate that connection as much as possible, get to the straps. The offense of the young man without the strap, super impressive. Look at the size of these two gentlemen. From shoulder to fingertip, both look like middleweights, but in fact, at a 154-pound category, to the best of the best here in Istanbul.
Azat, grip. Double down. Knuckles.
Not many times here at East vs. West do we see two matches contested out of the strap. Round one, as we all witnessed, an absolute offensive explosion. Now, can Danil get away from the hand? Check the bottom two fingers of Azat. Can he expose them? And yes, yes he does. Maybe we'll see if the strap being, the buckle being on the wrong side plays a role here, but what top roll, what sort of hand domination did we just witness? From the naked eye, it looked pretty impressive from Danil.
Elbow back, back.
What is happening, right? Azat Srapyan takes the first pin on Danil Ustinov. Danil Ustinov is such a big superstar, especially in the Russian part of the world where they speak Russian language. He's just been amazing arm wrestler. These are two world champions. Azat this year, 70 kilo WAF world champion, and Danil Ustinov, a right arm, 75 kilo world champion. They're fighting at 70 kilos. And Azat right now, on his birthday, today, is showing that he's the man at this weight. He was here for the qualifier, did amazing job, and won his ability not only to pull on East vs. West, but pull for the first featherweight title. Round number 2, buckle is on Danil Ustinov's hand. Let's see who takes it. Were you expecting that, Travis?
Not only reason I wasn't expected it, didn't know a lot about the people, so when I ask around, the overwhelming majority is telling me that is the beast.
I would say, what?
First of all, I am not one to draw conclusions when I don't have a ton of information.
Yeah.
I am going to give you.
I heard about that.
Azat is going to win this match. Did you see how dominant that start was? My goodness, the young man ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at the young man on your left. An absolute superstar who got the match less than a month and a half ago due to an injury.
And Azat takes the pin, 2-0. That is amazingly dominant versus 75 kilo world champion Danil Ustinov. The real question is Azat that amazingly strong, or Daniel's nerves have gotten to him, the pressure has gotten to him? Almost everyone picked him as a favorite. This was 99 versus 1% match. And we're seeing completely different things.
And let's talk about the road to victory. If you were able to come back from here, it's going to start with you being on the bad side of the strap in order. Listen, this match, I'd hate to say it's over, but ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake about it, that is two absolute dominant starts for the 1 and 2 match. And if you just think about if the buckle does play a role at any times, there's going to be not 1 but 2 wins that are going to have to come from Danil on the bad side of the bracket. This thing's almost over. And listen, from a featherweight perspective, ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever thought about how hard is it to get a world title and bring that belt home to your home country, if you are 154 pounds and you even want to even step near that stage right now, you better be bringing it. You better have a full arsenal there. What we see is the best top roller, the best hand controller maybe ever in the history of the 154 class, being absolutely dominated right in front of our eyes.
Azat is doing amazing work. He said this is his dream. He just won WAF World Championship 2 months ago, and he said winning East versus West was his dream. And today is his birthday, and he's just 2 pins away from making that dream coming true right here, right now. I don't think it's over yet. I think there's still a lot of fight in Danil Ustinov. All he needs to find right now is some kind of opening. Look at that arm, but he needs to put that arm to work. And right now we're seeing Azat just opening him up easily, taking the side pressure and pinning him to the side.
If you're looking for some sort of breath of fresh air, let's go back to round one. Complete dominance out of the strap. If you looked at round two, you saw it was Azat trying to get away from that strap here. So one way to get back into this match is to somehow get this victory with hand control in one of these matches, preferably when you're on this side of the bracket trying to get a win. Hopefully there will be an elbow foul off the back in a restart without the strap. If not,
one foul for pushing for Danil Ustinov. One foul for Danil Ustinov for pushing his opponent off the pad.
My goodness, let that be a lesson to you. The referees don't always, Coach Ray, make the right call. To me, that hand was compromised. The elbow came off flying on its own. That is exactly the posturing move that you would expect from any professional arm wrestler once they get the hand. Daniel, super impressive out of the strap here, which is really funny for that to change hands after round one. Once again, Azat,
I would love to see a replay on that. Let's see what referees will say. And that's a pin. That's a pin for Daniel. We didn't see what referees show, but you can clearly tell that's a pin for Danil Ustinov. So he's back on it, 2-1, outside the strap, looking extremely dominant. I don't know. I would say let them fight. But
if we could just slow it down a little bit, but you gotta know, listen, that thing is further than you think it is. However, it would have to be super slow to see close. But listen, there's one thing that's not mistaken here. Azat was attempting to get away from there, to get out from there, and in my opinion, a questionable call just earlier there when he was the same. His hand and wrist was compromised. He was trying to get out of there. Now, the table set. If Azat can get in the strap, he will be on the right side of the bracket. But listen, Danil has already decided here. He's not going to make it easy from here on out for the athlete to get to the strap without the oohs and ahs from the audience and everyone looking. This match started out complete dominating fashion. You couldn't be in a better situation than to be up 2-0 and on the right side of that buckle. But my goodness, how quickly things change here in Danil, showing now. Why did 90% of every human being here say that this was easy work? Because the guy's a bad man, Coach Ray.
He's a bad man. Look at the size of those arms. That's a 70-kilo puller. Well, 75-kilo puller, made weight for 70, and is here to fight for the title. So this will definitely go to 5 or 6 rounds. Right now, Azat is leading 2-1, but we can see Danil taking control. And we have a referee's grip. I think first time in this match.
Once again, a better thing. We can see Azat trying to position himself to get into those straps. It looks, even though round one was in his favor out of the strap, it seems that now the hand and wrist dominance has been proclaimed here. Danil is going to be the one who is looking to finish out of the strap. Azat desperately, not only looking for the strap, but looking for the strap in this round on that side of the table. If there is any belief in that buckle, this is the round that he needs to win. Devastating to go back to an even 2-2 mark.
Waiting for the go, round number 4. And this time better hit from Azat, gets it, and even a little bit works on Daniel's hand.
No doubt. That just goes to show you, ladies and gentlemen, why is the set grip so important to the athlete that doesn't want the connection of their opponent to be amazing. Everyone knows as an arm wrestler, if you allow your opponent to turn in, pronate, get a grip, and turn out, it's a tough hand to get out of. As soon as you have any trouble with that hand and wrist, trust me, the set grip will help you. It will not help you get a great grip. It will help you establish the fact that your opponent, Coach Ray, will not get the connection and bite needed to dominate great athletes out of the strap. Now we're in the strap. Was there any effect to the arm of Azat in round 3? I do not think so. I think that was all hand and wrist domination trying to get to the strap. I would not be surprised if Azat here at 3-1 when this round 4 is complete.
Waiting for the go. Buckle is on Danil's hand. Let's see if it changes anything. And better defense from Danil Ustinov. Gets the hand, slowly working the hand, but he gets an elbow foul, if I'm correct. Gets an elbow foul, yeah. Elbow coming off the side. Good stop by Danil Ustinov. He worked that hand. He got something going, but he needs to be very careful here. I'm still amazed by the size of those hands.
So let's be honest here. We see round 1, complete dominance out of the strap, even though Danil was on the right side of the strap. Definitely did not take advantage of round 1. Round 2, we saw the first strap match once again. Azat's raw horsepower with both in good shape. Azat having a little more arm power. Boom, we're up 2-0. But since then, Coach Ray, my goodness, has the tide turned. On the bad side of the table, we got a win with Azat trying to get in the straps, unable to. Danil taking that 1-0 lead. We go to the set grip, a picture-perfect coaching move from Azat's side. We get to the strap. You're expecting, you're on the good side of the strap. This will be easy work. Danil says, no, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the best 154-pound puller in the world may in fact be Danil here on your right. Can he prove it here in round 4?
And another go. Good stop by Danil Ustinov, and he's working that hand. Good pronation control for Azat, and I feel like, again, there's 2 times 2 big jumps for Danil Ustinov, and Azat Srapyan takes this round 3-1. 3-1. Good stop by Azat. He found himself in this match even losing the hand. He had a good connection on the pronator. Sadly, we don't see it. Maybe if we have side cameras, I don't know. Let's see what the director gives us. Danil wants to take a look at that too. But
it didn't look like much to the naked eye from standing here, but that's why we have these cameras both on those elbow pads.
And I do believe referees are there looking for it, and they're checking it out. And Danil already had 1 jumping elbow, and I think then the second and third come. And
but we cannot deny the position that both guys were in when it happened. Now we're going to see Danil most likely in the set grip, unless Azat totally has a brain fart here. He's going to go to the set grip. I believe they will then slip unless the gas tank from Azat is starting to work on it. There's no doubt about it. He is not the man that he was in round 1 or round 2. If there's a bright side, if you are living in the country of Russia, you are thinking, let's see here. Total domination. I was dominated the first 2 rounds, and since then, super close. And listen, you can't be in much better position than Danil was in before he received the second foul there. He will now enter the table on the right side of the table. He will have the buckle to his advantage. We have seen now, not only was he able to close the gap out of the strap, Coach Ray, in round 4 there, he closed the gap in the strap. Don't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, this thing could be far from over.
The real question right now is, where will the title go? Will it go home to Kazakhstan for Danil Ustinov or to Armenia for Azat Srapyan? These 2 guys are gripping up for round number 5. Let's see if he will try to get that set grip 1 more time. I do believe that was the changing factor to get that slip, because his hand is getting more and more compromised, and Danil is slowly finding himself back into this match. And it's a slip. Let's see. Slip, yes, yes. Yeah. That's a slip, and we will have a strap this time. Azat will be in a bad position on a bad side of the strap. The real question is, do you, if you find yourself in a bad position, you just give it up and hope you can do it in the next round, because you have that advantage being ahead of 2 rounds, or you give it all and just try to pin Danil 1 more time, take the title, leave home, celebrate your birthday, eat that cake.
Yeah, two forms of thinking here. First of all, it makes zero sense to fight this out and lose. On the flip side, he wasn't in a great position there in round 4 before the fouls occurred. I think the writing, Azat could know right now that it's all over and just not just not showing us this quickly. This thing, to me, if I'm looking at it, I still feel like Danil is so into this match.
Danil Ustinov, good position. And Azat fighting, maybe a little bit too long. And we have a pin. We have a pin. And this might be over. Maybe this was, like you said, maybe he shouldn't done that. Maybe he should just let it go. If you're compromised, you know you're going to be a little bit lower than your opponent. You will not get that good connection. You're going to be pulled down. 3-2. We're going to go to round number 6. Again, super match 2 of the night. And again, it's looking like it's going to be 6 or 7 rounds. East versus West 15 is delivering. Call your family, call your mom, call your friends, call everyone. Tell them to get the pay-per-view. Watch this live. There's so much action coming a little later. Ooh, we have Devon Larratt versus Oleg Petrenko as the main event for the evening. Round number 6.
So many great matches, and clearly here, round 6, I think we have seen a shift. Ladies and gentlemen, it has happened right before your eyes. Somehow, down 2-0, absolute dominant fashion, Danil has dug himself out of the grave, and now, only if his patience is not there, if he cannot anchor that elbow, I do not see a problem with him finishing out these next 2 rounds. Azat put up a great fight here, absolutely dominating, and listen, warning shots to the entire class. The beginning of any match with this guy is going to be a tough out here. Danil has what I believe definitely figured out the combination to the lock. This thing, unless I know nothing about this sport, will end 4-3 in favor of Danil Ustinov.
There's a reason why Azat, Srapyan, and Danil Ustinov are world champions. They beat more than 20 people from 10 to 15 countries in their division, taking 0 losses this year. This is as serious as it can be. And we have a slip. Oh, this will be the round. If Azat cannot pin Danil right here, right now, it will be very hard for him to win round number 7. This is it. Give yourself a big birthday gift and give your all. But I do feel like Danil Ustinov is slowly taking control of this match.
The size of the right arm. I mean, it was big.
Look
when
at
it
him.
Started.
Insane.
This thing looks like a Rob Vigent Jr. right arm at about 230 pounds here. This guy, super impressive. If you're watching here from the great state of South Carolina in the USA, listen, it may be time, Hunter Naults, to do a few more wrist curls and get ready. Any one of these gentlemen that you see yourself around is going to be a problem, young man. Don't get me wrong. We are wishing you luck, but the top of the top is right here.
Low hand top roll from Azat. He's going to give up the hand and try to keep the back pressure. That's what he's doing. Trying to keep it. Good hand control from Danil Ustinov, very close to finishing. Azat is just defending as much as he can. Good drive sideways, very close, coming forward to the pad. One more, and it's getting slowly stretched out. If Azat can continue and just continue a little bit more, getting stretched out, and he gets the foul. Foul for Danil Ustinov, great defense. Ladies, make some noise.
Ladies and gentlemen, if this does not excite you, nothing will. Potentially, so far, the match of the night. I know it's early, but when things like this happen, you can't help but look at the heart of Azat, knowing exactly, even compromising the hand and wrist at the beginning, he knew he was into that. Daniel, listen, 100% maxed out there, with Azat still pushing that elbow coming off to the side. This is such an important start here in round 6.
You know what that reminded me? That reminded of David Samushi. That was an excellent, perfect move execution, just like David Samushia has done in his past matches, where you just don't want to fight that guy on the inside. Azat Srapyan is fighting with everything he has to take this title. 3-2, restart on round number 6. Danil Ustinov has one foul. This is it. This is it. Can Azat keep it going? Can he have what it takes not to get pinned? You still have to worry about a good start and great hand dominance from Danil, and that drive sideways. Can he stop it? Let's
Daniel
wait.
has to keep that elbow firmly on the table. Keep it there.
Again,
relax.
very
not
close,
come
so
up.
close,
Do
so
not
close,
come
so
up,
close.
young man. So close here within an inch. Make some noise, Istanbul.
Takes a re-grip and goes further away. Danil is so close, but Azat driving sideways. Hand is
Ladies
so
and
low.
gentlemen, make some noise for these two.
This is it, this is it!
Wonderful.
What do we have? Was it a technical malfunction or is it a pin?
I told Igor Mazurenko many years ago that stake needs to be deeper into the table. There is a situation where just on the corner, it could come up a little bit. I think that's what has happened. What a match.
What a match.
People giving it everything they could have. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the featherweight division here at East vs. West. The 154-pound class never disappoints.
Engin Terzic has said it for years. Me and Yanis Armwrestling have been saying it for years. Let's make lightweights great again. Let's see more of this quality arm wrestling, and these guys are delivering an absolute war. Azat, Danil going in round number 6. One foul for Danil. He almost lost it. This is his gift from God. This is his gift. He has one more chance. We can see how tired Azat is. Ooh. I got goosebumps on this one.
Daniel's hit to the pronation, perfect. His hit to the pad, 99% perfect. That 1 centimeter left, and what we noticed, Azat is stronger and stronger as the match continues. This is an absolute poster child when it comes to great championship arm wrestling. What do you do? How brave can you be here? When Danil gets that initial hit, he must not deviate. He must not stand back up. Once he allows Azat to set the shoulder between his shoulder and hand, there is always a problem there. Azat showing a lot of heart here on his birthday.
Absolutely. These are two great champions. Whoever wins this is well deserving. And I do believe there's no losers coming out of this match. Both guys are amazing arm wrestlers, and I would love to see this again. However it turns out, both guys are just giving their all. Azat Srapyan, if he can do this, make his dream come true on his birthday, that's amazing. If Danil Ustinov can take control and somehow win this thing, that's also amazing. Both guys deserve it. Let's see what happens. Let's see a restart of round number 6, one foul for Danil Ustinov.
I think the general consensus is simple. This is the round Azat must finish. He does not want to get on the other side of that strap again here in round 7. This is the one here. Can he hold on? Force the elbow either to come off to the side or for Danil to get a little impatient there. And when I say impatience, I'm not saying that he's impatient. I've been there, 1 inch from the pad, and it's not moving anymore. The exact thing you're supposed to do is rise back up and try to change the connection. But what we've seen is the pressure will not change. Azat, every centimeter that you give him, he is willing, just like the great Samushia, to take every inch. And once the pushing comes, we've seen the elbow, the stability not there for Danil, and the opening is there. Outs, this is the round right here. Azat must win here in round 6.
This is it. Waiting for the go. Referee's grip. And one more go. Where can Azat stop him? I do believe both guys are bleeding. They're bleeding hard. And the guy that uses their muscle more than their joints will have more. Oh, that's a warning. That's a warning. Will definitely have more fatigue. And I think Danil Ustinov back pressure is definitely getting fatigued. But every restart, you get that little bit of energy. If he
Ladies and gentlemen, we need you now. Both have given it to you. Now you give it to them.
So close again, so close. Driving sideways.
Get
Regripping.
on your feet, East versus West. Who's it gonna be?
So close. Danil Ustinov drives one more time. Azat's defending. Going deeper, deeper. Oh, this is an amazing match. They're so close, and he's going for the press, and he presses through. 3-3. We're gonna go to the silver bullet, round number 7.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you not entertained? Make some noise for these two gentlemen. An absolute great round 6.
Amazing. Again, match number 2 of the night, and it's already going to the maximum amount of rounds we can have. Round number 7. Here we can see Danil Ustinov transitions to a press and gets over the pronator on the bicep of Azat and presses him down. What amazing moment. 3-3. They're both even, and it's all gonna start again after a few seconds. Round number 7. Whoever takes it takes the East versus West featherweight title and the belt and the bragging rights as being the best 70-kilo puller on the planet. We can see Danil is still standing up. Azat is resting as much as he can. It's so hard, these matches. He was so close to pinning, and I do believe that technical malfunction was give Danil one big chance of coming back, and he definitely used it. But both guys are really tired. Let's see who wants it more, who can win this.
And listen, the winning formula was the awareness of Danil to stop pushing sideways without a better connection. You saw a hit, a rise from the hand, and then the ability to then, with the rise being so substantial, the opportunity to go in the shoulder press. To many people I've heard so many times, why don't they just press? Listen, you cannot press without a favorable connection. That connection needs to rise. You have to get above the strap, and he was able to do that. Listen,
This could end without the strap. This could end without the strap. Waiting for the go. Round number 7.
watch Azat. Can he get out here? Let's see, and he does.
And he does.
The fatigue on both athletes is there. One needing.
Let's see the referees. What are referees saying? Going back to referees, please. That's a one foul for Azat. Yeah. It's getting tougher and tougher. I do believe he needs that referee grip. That will slow things down and give him a little bit better chance.
Yeah, definitely a scary thing to start this match out of the set grip, and you can see Danil now abandoning the high grip. He just wants a hold of him. He's going to force Azat. Listen, walk away from the table, young man. You need that set grip, and there's nothing.
That's it. Danil Ustinov takes it.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a fantastic showing from the featherweights here in Istanbul. An absolute amazing match from both athletes. We saw early in round 1 and 2, Azat being completely dominant with everything stacked against you. There it is, the finishing round here, the ability to let go of the whole hand and once again, just focus on your opponent trying to slip out. You saw the hand, more of a dad's move there in round 7. So let's recap the whole events. Round 1, Azat coming out here, shocking the world out of the strap. We head on there to round 2. Now we're like, okay, he's on the good side of the bracket. They'll get to the strap, and again, ladies and gentlemen, nothing changes in round 2, even during the strap match. And now, with a 2-0 lead, things looking almost impossible for the featherweight champ, and he regains himself. Round 3. Eventually a super battle here in round 3. We saw glimpses of Azat starting to lose his hand after that round 2 victory. During round 3, we saw the elbow being compromised there. We saw a couple of warnings, even some fouls there to go ahead. And there is where we see the elbow not able to stay the connection with the buckle on the right side. Danil finally getting into that win column there in round 3. Now, round 4, super pivotal here. This was the round that Danil was going to have the bad side of the strap. Once we got there, we saw the elbow not able to stay on the table, forced to round 5. Danil staying in there, fighting as hard as he can. Round 6, it showed the veteran, the undeniable want of the Russian athlete in round 5 and 6, or 6 and 7. Look at the arms of the young Russian athlete. What a superb outing for the featherweight champion. Let's go to Coach Ray and see what the champ has to say.
One more time for both of these athletes, Azat and Danil. Today, like we said, is Azat's birthday. He came so close to getting his dream, but I do believe everyone here would love to see one more time this, right? Yeah. But right now, we're going to give the first featherweight belt to Danil Ustinov. Danil, that was a really, really tough match. Did you expect it to be that tough? Because almost everyone picked you as the favorite.
Было тебе очень сложно, ты ожидал? Все говорили, что это будет очень, что Азат фаворит. И ожидал ли ты, что будет это настолько сложный матч для тебя?
Всех приветствую. Во-первых, хочу сказать, это мой, наверное, самый тяжелый поединок. Он был вообще нелегким, хоть и все говорили, но я знал, то, что все будет именно так. То, что Азат очень сильный спортсмен, у меня к нему только уважение, это чисто спортивный интерес. Так скажем, дружеский, лучший поединок.
Even though everyone said it's probably going to be an easy match, I was sure it was going to go that way. For Azat, I have nothing but respect. It was a great fight. Thank you, buddy. And of course, for me, it's a big dream.
Также хочу сказать, мне на 70 килограмм было очень-очень сложно гонять. Последнюю неделю я практически не питался, поэтому моя рука, наверное, на 100 килограмм сейчас выглядит. Следующий поединок я бы хотел провести, если была бы такая возможность, в категории 77 килограмм. Там намного бы я себя лучше ощущал. И также хочу сказать спасибо всем болельщикам, то, что пришли сегодня, поддержали. Я думаю, всем все понравилось. И в первую очередь хочу сказать спасибо моему тренеру Владимиру Устинову и моей команде Assault Gym. Спасибо.
It was very hard for me to cut down to 70. So right now, I didn't eat last week basically. So right now it looks like 100 kilograms arm. Next match, I would like to pull in 77. I would love to thank my coach, Vladimir, and all the supporters, all the watchers. Thanks to everyone.
Listen, I just want to ask, you said you want to go to 77 kilos. Is there someone you want to have a match with?
Есть кто-то в 77, с кем ты хотел побороться?
Честно, мне без разницы, с кем бороться. Но главное в своей категории. Если дядя Ингин даст такую возможность, то я бы поборолся, скорее всего, с Даниилем Прокопчуком. Так как мы на чемпионате мира не встретились, вот было бы интересно очень.
If there is a possibility, I would like to go against Daniel Prokopchuk because we met at Worlds recently.
I want to ask you, on the first 2 rounds, it was really hard for you, but then you found the way to top roll your opponent.
Да, как мы все видели, первых 2 раунда я немножко не понимал судейства. Ну, то есть мне выравнивали кисти, сразу говорили «гоу». Это были спорные моменты, а с 3-го раунда я уже чуть привык, и мне стало легче. Но это был самый-самый тяжелый мой поединок в жизни.
First couple of rounds, I was a little bit confused on the ready goes and the wrist, but after that, I got kind of hang of it. But I would like to say this is the hardest fight of my life.
One more time, Danil Ustinov, your new featherweight world champion.